Steiny, along with Guru, and here comes Willard and Dibs. They're now in here, and let me just ask you one question, Willard. Do you think that on Sunday, come 125, do you think the 49ers come out with a vengeance?
Is it a dish served cold?
That was a 5.
I think they do. I think they want it.
I wish our audience knew what was going on right now.
Boy, it's a 3 because he stole it.
Dude's been lying and stealing this week.
No.
He's rhyming and stealing.
It's not stolen.
Oh, my God. Is this yours?
Yeah, press the red button.
You can have it.
Press the red button.
No, it's...
We'll all get it.
I'm not going to press the red button because I'm afraid
happens?
the FCC gets violated.
Hey,
ref! Blake,
Go ahead.
ref!
I'll tell you what. No, it's safe. Put it up to the microphone. It's pretty funny.
Does Draymond's voice come out with a vengeance?
Listen.
Okay.
See, somebody said it didn't sound like him. I think it does.
I've never heard a bobblehead speak.
It is him.
When you push it,
I guarantee you that's
when you
his
push
voice.
it twice and you hold both of his temples, it says something else.
We'll push it real good.
2 threes last night for Day.
Oh, wait a minute. It also comes with a referee bobblehead who says, "That's a T."
Totally.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
All right.
That'd be good if
How
you
you
could
guys doing?
suspend your bobblehead for a couple of weeks when it gets out of line.
Bobbleheads have become very sophisticated.
Very sophisticated. They're
really
talking
is.
to us now. Yeah. So, anyway.
How's it going?
It's going great,
Fantastic.
man. It's going great.
Fantastic.
I think so.
I can't wait for Sunday afternoon when
Talk about it, Willard.
when the entire NFC landscape changes.
Oh, Willard likes the Niners.
I mean, so does Vegas.
No, I like them a lot.
No, me too.
I've done more. I've done some.
He's
homework.
done a deep dive.
I've done some homework.
Yeah.
We had
No,
Seth
it's not a
Joyner
deep
on
dive.
today.
It's a very shallow dive, but it happened.
Yeah.
Never dive in the shallow end, by the way.
No, I did. I survived, and I came out with the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles are this year's Minnesota Vikings. They're a better version of them. It's a good football team. It's not a great football team. It's not a big deal.
That's what you're going to go with?
I'm not going with it. It's reality.
It's
Vegas.
It's a
Steiny.
it's a take.
Steiny.
It's a Colin Cowherd take. Is what
It's
it
not a
is.
Cowherd
he
take.
went-
No.
Cowherd had it first.
No, Colin did it differently. I don't actually.
Diaz,
I don't
I
even
didn't
buy.
know.
I don't even buy really the way Colin said it is a little fluky.
Yeah.
The way Colin.
Oh, he laid it out perfectly.
No, his was interesting. What is the talking that we're hearing? Can we turn that off, whatever it is? Thank you. Anyway, thanks, C-Dog. Anyway, point is, Colin did it in a way where he made it all about blowouts, the number of blowouts you've had.
Yeah.
And he actually pointed to the Niners and the Cowboys as being the two best, which I think is flawed because the Cowboys have blown out a bunch of really awful football teams. Yeah. The Niners are the only ones in the NFL, and actually I would point to the Ravens as being the teams that have been able to blow out some good teams. So that's one way to look at it. But I go a little further, and I point to, we've been trying to think about this all week, and it's maybe taken me until now to really accept it. Vegas is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we learn every Sunday that they're not stupid. They're just not. These numbers that they come up with are not willy-nilly. There's a reason for this, and it doesn't mean the Niners are going to win or win by 10. It's one game, and the Eagles are good, and so I'm not guaranteeing a win. I'm just telling you the 49ers are a better football team. And the nervousness that 49er fans feel is PTSD. It has nothing to do with this matchup. It has to do with what happened in January, which also has nothing to do with this matchup. The Niners are better. The Niners are better than the Eagles.
Well, see, I don't know that. I'm not saying you could be wrong, or you might be right, but I don't think we know the answer to that right now.
Maybe not. I'm ready to be wrong.
I guess what I'm saying,
I'm fine on Monday. I have no problem.
So if the Niners lose, you'll say the Eagles are better.
Well, potentially. As we also know, the better team doesn't always win, right? And this can go 1,000 different ways. We already did this exercise when we came out of January with did the Eagles did they really beat the Niners or did they beat a hampered Niners?
Right.
So I don't know what the story's going to be. And by the way, if you win a football game against the other team, does that make you better? So now the Browns are better than the Niners and the Jets are better than the Eagles?
And the Bengals are better than the Niners
is that
too?
what? No. So I don't know how I'll feel. I'm just telling you how I feel today.
But the record.
I feel today that the Niners are better football.
But you got to give the
Eagles.
record edge to the Eagles. I feel the same way.
Well, that's just math.
Yeah, right. That they've earned.
But that doesn't. I don't know what that means. They've all played different teams.
And no, it's
in
essential
different
that
scenarios.
the Niners go in and do what we think they can, and so does Vegas. To where that record is not just what you look at because it's nuance.
I mean,
and if they beat Philly like we think they can, you can have your 10-2.
Listen, if the game is close, even if the Niners do win, it doesn't definitively do anything. It's going to calm everybody down. It doesn't mean the Eagles won't come back and beat the 49ers in January. It doesn't mean the Eagles won't have home field advantage.
But who's saying in this room that the Eagles are invincible? We saw Buffalo, Dallas.
No one is invincible.
Well, to me, know what, Dibs? There you go.
No one's
right
invincible.
That's it.
Well, who's saying that?
No, it's just they can be beat.
Anybody can be beat.
Of course they can.
But you didn't give that any credence when I was pointing out there because you got to learn how to win. I believe that's a real thing. Philly's mastered that. Okay. But Steiny, there's more to it than just mastering that. There's a reason they're pulling these games out.
Yes, and the Eagles are very good. Okay. And the Vikings last year were a good team. They weren't good enough, and they were not as good as
at home.
How about if I say it that way? The Eagles are not as good as their record. And I have never bought. I have never bought the Bill Parcells line. I've always hated that line because it actually removes nuance. It removes context. It removes the story. I'm not a black and white thinker. You're not what your record says you are. You are in terms of your seeding,
right?
But there's a story there. There's context. The Niners didn't just lose to Philly last year. That's not the end of the story. They had quarterbacks at the hospital. So, no, it's not that simple. And I do not believe that the Eagles are the best team in football just because they have the best record.
Well, and I don't believe that you can definitively say the 49ers are a better team than the Eagles when the last time they played, the Eagles won the game. Circumstances were the circumstances. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl.
Different football teams.
Then the Eagles came back this year and went 10-1.
Yeah.
49ers, Eagles are in the middle of a 5-game gauntlet in which they haven't lost.
5-0.
So, I mean,
no one's saying they're not really good.
No, but
I just think the 49ers are better. And I don't. Last year. Different teams. I know that there's not a ton of roster change, but there is roster change. And so those are different football teams.
Yeah, I mean,
49ers, half their defensive line is different than it was last year.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to win the argument.
Nor will I.
But, to me, I'm more down the logic avenue.
I don't think my argument's illogical.
I don't think it's illogical, but I think most people would say, well, maybe, I don't know why you're saying it now. Why don't you wait till Monday to say it?
Because I feel it today.
Okay. And that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
but if they lose to Philly, you could still feel that they're better, and they could beat Philly, and you could still feel that Philly's better. It doesn't really matter in terms of who is better.
So if Philly wins, will there ever be a circumstance which you say Philly's better?
Sure.
Do they have to do it in the postseason?
To me,
probably. But
What do you mean?
What if Philly beats the Niners 20-17?
Right.
I can't wait to see the next one.
But if we use the
phrase,
if we use the phrase "what if," we could fill that in with anything. What if the Niners play the Eagles in January and Jalen Hurts is hurt?
Of course.
Now what are we doing?
Is he hurt or did they put him out of the game?
What, either one.
And the whole thing about who is better to me is almost pointless because all that matters is who is better on Sunday. And really, what really matters is who is better in January. And last year, who was better in January? Philadelphia was better in January. And you could say it's because the Niners had no quarterback. That's fine, but that's part of football. And so in the game that mattered, Philadelphia was better, and they were a lot better. So tomorrow, who's better? on Sunday. We're going to find out who's better, but that might not actually matter in terms of who wins the NFC. So the whole thing about who is better, like, is Dallas better than the Eagles? Is Dallas better than the Niners? Maybe, but the Niners crushed them back in Week 5. But if they play again in January and Dallas wins, then is Dallas better? No, they were better on the day that it mattered.
All I'm saying is this is one where, okay, we're in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Of course, the Niners get beat by this team last year. This team that beat them last year, now 10-1. They have the inside track to the number 1 seed. Even the Eagles have done so much work this season that even if they lose the game, they still have a game in hand.
Yep.
That's fine. I'm just saying, I don't think you make this case for anybody else in any other market.
What do you mean?
Well, because it's the night you wouldn't. I don't think you give the benefit of the doubt to any other. Like
it's
from
being
a lot
made for me.
No,
this argument got made the second that the Eagles game ended Sunday night by people who have no dog in the fight.
No dog.
No dog in the
buddy. Vegas is one thing. That's fine.
Vegas is everything.
Okay, well then Vegas says they're better.
Way more info than we do. No,
okay.
No.
I'm trying to tell you is if you look at it, we beat them last year. If you're saying the 49ers, they're 10-1 this year. They've beaten probably better teams.
They're fantastic. No. So
what about the Eagles' run right now?
No. When you want it, so if you want it to, do you buy point differential at all?
Not really.
Okay,
I don't.
Right, which I think it actually was the Vikings. It was the clue.
Well, he was saying that they beat better teams. Well, is all he said.
You could argue, but the Niners might have better wins. I mean, you can say, okay, you got
they have a better win than at Kansas City.
Well, they blew Dallas out by 32
at home.
Yes,
right. At home.
And they blew Jacksonville out on the road, and they blew Seattle out on the road.
Jacksonville up there with the
No, they're not as good. But I just again, if you're a man of nuance, the Chiefs dropped the winning touchdown in the end zone.
Sure,
and the Bills misfired the winning touchdown in the end zone. And
I'm gonna be honest.
So I'm gonna be honest. I know what that sounds like, but that if you're a man of nuance, then those things matter.
Yeah,
and the Vikings
and beating the Niners last year apparently doesn't.
It's a different
winning
roster.
10 out of 11 doesn't.
No, see what you're gonna do is you're gonna put words in my mouth that I'm saying the Eagles aren't good.
No, you said the 49ers are better.
They are.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Then I gotta go to the weekend.
No, you don't have. You don't gotta go anywhere.
No, I am. I'm going.
How do you spell the weekend, by the way?
There's a no E in the second one.
I'm sorry? Well, what if I was just talking about Saturday and Sunday?
Can somebody please do the legal?
Yeah. You're listening to
Thank you.
95.7 The Game, KGMZ, San Francisco, an Odyssey station. Yeah?
You really are.
You want to keep going? San Francisco?
I don't know it.
Well, what I said was good enough.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
We got to go.
Why? No, you don't.
No, I have to because it's 2 o'clock. He texted you.
I'm in a Corolla.
You want to know what he texted me?
That we got to go at 2.
No, he didn't say we.
I'm leaving.
He didn't say we. In fact, the specific text says that you will stay.
That's not true.
You want me to read it to you? I'm going to read it to you.
Nahegian!
Hey, Goo, can I read it? Can I read your text? Can I read what you texted us on the air? Here's
you guys
the
have a great weekend.
Here's the text.
Go Niners!
Hey, I got some stuff I need to deal with. I'm going to dip out at 2. Steiny will take it the rest of the way. That's the text. Okay. Man, that was a tap out. Night-night.